Your first look at high school football scores and highlights. This is First Down Friday Night with the WZDX Sports Team. Sponsored by Steak and Shake and Kennedy & Sons Structural Solutions.
Welcome back for another episode of First Down Friday Night, the Tennessee Valley's only 30-minute high school football show. Alongside Sports Director Mo Carter, I'm Charity Chambers. Mo, it's a big night for a lot of our teams here.
You're right, Charity. It's rivalry week. The winners of tonight's games will have bragging rights for 365 days until next year. And, of course, I'm just glad that you and I are on the same team because, I mean, you're pretty competitive.
Yes, you are too. You play college football.
Absolutely. So, big one happening in Madison tonight. James Clemens taking on Bob Jones. It's the Madison Bowl. Of course, James Clemens has still not won a game in this series, but they look to change that tonight. Let's take you out there for all the action. Here we go, everybody. Second quarter, Jamil Muhammad with the snap, calls his own number and dives to the end zone for a score. That puts the Jets up 14-12. Patriots with the ball now. Caden Rose running around, trying to make some things happen. Eventually, he is sacked for a big loss right there by Caleb Williams. Now, the Jets take over possession. Muhammad hands it off to Dylan Blackburn, but he gets hit, and there's a fumble on the play. Jaden Hill tries to stretch out for it. He cannot get it. Luckily, some of his teammates swoop in to take it back over, but unfortunately, the Patriots couldn't capitalize. Still in the second quarter, Clemens with the ball again. Muhammad with the pass to Austin McGee, and he fumbled one more time. I mean, it was like they were sick out there. Exactly. You know, they were coughing up the ball left and right on that one. Now, the Patriots decide to go and capitalize on this. Rose goes for the downfield pass to Cameron Pugh, and he hauls it in for a touchdown right there. They regain the lead. But guess what? Things aren't over just yet. As they go for the two-point conversion, we've got to watch this. This was put in the notes, so they said watch the two-point conversion coming up, and here it is right here. Rose feeling the pressure. He tosses Khalil Griffin, and guess what? He hauls it in. Guy was wide open right there.
Wide open.
Patriots up 20-14 at that point, but right now, here's your situation. James Clemens is up 29-20 in the fourth quarter. Next week, Bob Jones will travel to Florence while James Clemens will be at home. Now, of course, we're going to keep you updated on how big this game was. And this game was so big, we needed the third member of the sports team to join us. So let's head out to Madison City Schools where our good friend Kayla Carlisle is out there. Kayla, what's going on? How are you?
Charity, it's really loud right now. The game is still going on. We've got about 48 seconds left, but the Patriots are down right now. So James Clemens fans are going nuts right now. I've got my good friend, what's your name?
Hello, Tiani.
Tiani with me. Tiani, what grade are you?
I am in 12th grade. I'm a senior.
You're a senior, so this is a big day for you.
This is a super big day for me, and I'm so excited.
How do you think your team's playing right now?
I think we're doing amazing. I knew we were going to do it. Ever since last year, I've been saying 2019 is our year.
Yeah, do you think your quarterback's helping out?
I do. I believe last year, we didn't win because we didn't have a quarterback. But this year, I feel like he really pulled through on this one and gave us what we all wanted.
He definitely did. Anything else? What about all the fans behind you right now? I wish I could show you guys the fans right now.
This is true school spirit. They love this. We love JC. We always will. No matter how much we talk, JC's the best school we've ever been to.
You guys, I wish you could see them right now. They're lined up all along the fence right now, and they've been standing here cheering like crazy all game long, and I can't tell you why not. Come on into the shot with me right here. Tiani, if you had one thing to say to your team tonight, what would you say?
You gave us what we wanted, and that's what we've been waiting for since the beginning of the school. That's amazing. Sorry.
I love it. Well, you guys, that's all I've got for you right now. I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you in the studio, and hopefully we'll have an end to this game.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Kayla. I appreciate that. We're actually going to go back to you in a little bit to try and get a final score of that game. Close game. Now tonight, a new market. Hazel Green and Buckhorn linked up for another edition of the Cotton Classic. Last year, the Bucks won a thriller by a single point. Chase Starling, he hands it off to Amir McKinstry. He makes a defender miss before being brought down, but that would go ahead and set them up for the next play. Starling with another handoff. This time it's going to be to Jalen Atkinson. He runs it in for the easy score, putting the Trojans up 7-0. And it was no looking back from there. Hazel Green saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. After they meet, Starling once again gives it to Atkinson. He finds the end zone. Trojans go up 14-0. And let's go ahead and take a look at that score. Hazel Green would actually go on to win 21-0 against Buckhorn. Hazel Green will be taking on Lee next week. And a huge rivalry game going on tonight at Milton Frank Stadium. Grissom taking on Huntsville. Caleb Peak, Mel Dantzler, he's going to go right up the middle for the score, going up on top 7-0.
Man, I tell you, Mel Dantzler has been a dog this year.
He
Chattanooga's
has.
getting a big guy next season, but he's having Grissom this year.
Yes, time is winding down in the first quarter now. Peak, he is looking down the field. He takes a shot to Jerwan Thomas. He's behind the defense, and he's gone. Look at him go.
30,
he runs it in for
20,
the touchdown.
10, 5, touchdown.
14-0. But, guys, not to worry, though. Huntsville, they have an answer. They're coming back. They hand it off to McCauley, and look at him go. He's going to run it in for the score. No defenders are catching him now, making the score 14-7. And now we're going to jump to the third quarter. Close game, guys. Huntsville is on top 28-26. Jackson Glover, he sprints right, looking to the right. He finds a man in the end zone for the Panthers touchdown. Let's take a look at the scores of that game right now. Grissom and Huntsville. Huntsville is on top 44-33. Actually, they won that game 44-33.
What a great win for Huntsville over their cross-city rival Grissom. All right, let's take you out to Highway 72 East. Madison County taking on Guntersville. This was a really, really good one, Charity. Third quarter, Tigers down 7-0, but on the move, Austin Mills steps back to pass. He's got no open receivers down the field, so he calls his own number, and he picks up good yardage for a first down. They would get it down to the 1-yard line, however, the drive would stall, so they are forced to kick a field goal, and it'll be up and good by Robert Henshaw, and they now trail 7-3. Later, Guntersville punting. Matt Skaziak, he'll drop the ball, and next thing you know, he'll be rocked by Quamaine Gamble. Sam Bowman picks it up. He's like, man, I'm going to try to take the score, but he's tackled inside the 10-yard line, but good return right there. So here we go. Makai Burdette Barnes. He rocks number 3, but he's trying to get in the end zone for 6, and he just follows his block, and guess what? He finds pay dirt. Or so we think, everyone. There's a flag on the play. Someone was called for holding, and Madison County head coach Scott Sharp was not having it. However, things would look up for Madison County. Mills in the backfield once again. He throws a quick swing pass over to Gamble. Gamble makes a few quick moves and gets to the end zone for a Tigers touchdown. 9-7 at that point. Let's check out your final score. Madison County comes back, erases a 7-0 deficit at the half, scores 16 points in the second half, and they beat Guntersville 16-7. Next week, Guntersville will take on big rival Scottsboro, while Madison County will take on East Limestone. Now, of course, we're just getting started right here on First Down Friday night, but you know, you can always look us up on social media at Mo Carter WZDX, at Charity WZDX, and also at Kayla Carlisle WZDX. Hey, go ahead and just, hit us up. Let us know what's going on. We may send you a tweet back just a little later on. Now, we got more coming your way right here on WZDX as we take a shot at Madison City Schools Field, and it looks like James Clemens has done it. They've knocked off Bob Jones. Congratulations to the Jets getting a victory in the Madison Bowl. We'll have more from that game coming your way right here on WZDX. We'll see you in a few moments. Welcome back to First Down Friday night. It's now time to talk about our Spirit of the Week, which is brought to you by the great people at Steak and Shake.
Yeah, Mo, tell us, who does this week's Spirit of the Week go out to?
Our Spirit of the Week goes out to the Tiger Band of Madison County. Of course, they got a big victory tonight over Guntersville this evening, and there you see it's the Tigers Band. Brian Massey is the band director. This year's show is called Blockbuster. They're playing music that's inspired from the movies The Incredibles, Mulan, and Despicable Me 2. And I also had to wrap up the show by playing Happy from...
I love that song.
Exactly. You got to love the song from Pharrell. So congratulations to the Madison County Tiger Band for being selected as our Spirit of the Week. Charity, I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, we're going to take you out now to the Decatur area today. Florence taking on Austin. The game's supposed to start at 7 o'clock, but let's take a look at how things played out in the beginning. Everything's all fine and dandy. They flipped the coin. Teams are all ready to go, but then lightning started.
You got to hate Mother Nature, man.
Yes, you have to. They come over the intercom. They tell the band to go inside. They told everyone else to seek shelter if they wanted to. The game actually started about an hour and 15 minutes after the original start time. They would finally get to play, though. Let's take a look at that score.
So, of course, this game is still in progress, as you know.
Yeah. Austin is up 17-9 at the half. Next week, Florence taking on Bob Jones. Austin travels to Gadsden City.
Now, there was another game, right?
There's another game, yeah. And we're actually going to go ahead and go out to East Limestone versus Madison Academy.
All right, let's talk about that one. Both teams wasted no time tonight. First quarter, East Limestone with the ball. Andrew Paris goes for the play fake and keeps it for himself, and he's gone 53 yards for a score. Indians go up on the board 7-0. Now the Mustangs will eventually find a way to take control of this game. Luke Nail, the quarterback, says, "Not today, Indians." He tosses it over to Evan Brooks, and guess what? Mr. Brooks will not be stopped. He runs it right into the Mustangs end zone. Of course, he's wearing number 2, so you know what I got to do. He chucks the deuces for 6 points. Score is now 7-6. Still in the first quarter, East Limestone with the ball. Paris hands it off, and we lose the ball for just a minute, but there it is on the ground. Open for anyone to grab. Mustangs will jump on it and take over. Now, the Mustangs with possession of the ball now. Nail tosses it over to Daniel Brent, and guess what? This guy is unstoppable. Yeah, just say bye-bye. This time it's number 7 going in for 6 points on that one. Touchdown Mustangs. Now the Stangs going for the 2-point conversion as well. They're just trying to pull out all the stops tonight as they decide to throw the Indians off guard. And the ball is snapped to Avery Seaton. He throws it over to Kyle Minor, who will just run it in for a touchdown. Actually, for a 2-point conversion on that one. Mustangs led 14-7 at the break. Let's check out your final score on this one. Mustangs just knocked this one off. It is 49-21. Congratulations to the Mustangs on a big victory. Now, of course, we've got more coming your way right here on WZDX. It's First Down Friday night. When we return, we will take a look at one of the other city rivalries, Mae Jemison and Lee. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Rivalry Week here on First Down Friday night. Before we get into Mae Jemison and Lee, we want to head back over to Madison City School Stadium where Kayla Carlisle is standing by following a huge victory by James Clemens. What's up, Kayla?
Hey guys, I'm here where the Jets just took down the Patriots 36-20, and I've got some Bob Jones fans now. I had the James Clemens fans earlier. You guys graduated from Bob Jones. Tell me, how are you feeling right now?
You know, I'm just so happy for JC. They finally won after 7 years, so I have to give them their props where props is due.
Right, they had a good game, but, you know, Bob Jones still a better team. You know, I give it to Bob Jones. James Clemens, I'm proud of y'all. Good job.
You think they just had an off night?
Yeah, you can say that. Off night. But Bob Jones.
They'll come back from this.
Right. Bob Jones has some great athletes. Cade Rose, the quarterback, great athlete right there, man. I got to give it to him.
Well, thank you guys. All right, well, there are also 2 players that we really had our eyes on tonight, and that was quarterback Jamil Muhammad from James Clemens, and then, of course, Jaden Hill with the Patriots. And those 2 players really showed a lot of leadership tonight, and I just want to make sure people know those 2 are definitely qualified to be in the SEC. One is going to Vanderbilt, the other is going to Florida. He just announced that yesterday. Jaden Hill is going to Florida, but for now, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you because these kids are going crazy behind me.
All right. Thank you so much for all your hard work, Kayla. Now, of course, with rivalries. On paper, the Mae Jemison-Lee rivalry is one that is fairly new.
Yeah, but historically, the rivalry between Lee and J.O. Johnson goes back to the 70s.
Absolutely. So let's take you out to Milton Frank Stadium for all the action from last night between Lee and Mae Jemison. First quarter now, Lee with the ball. Their quarterback, Noah Watkins, looking for a man that says, you know what, just forget it. I'm going to call my own number and try to get to the end zone, but he stopped a few yards short. However, that's some good yardage because they're now inside the 5. A few plays later, Watkins hands it off to Christopher Reed, and he finds the end zone for a score. Generals up 7-0. Later on the drive, here comes Divine Beebe for Mae Jemison. Takes the handoff and makes it look easy as he finds pay dirt right there to tie the ball game up. It was 14-14 at the break. Second half now, it was all about the Lee Generals in the red zone. Desarius Burks takes the handoff and finds pay dirt. That puts the Generals back on top, 21-14. Fourth quarter now, we've got the same score, but not for long, as Noah Watkins sitting back in the backfield and decides to throw the fade route to Justin LeGrand, and he snags it in for an 11-yard score. Let's check out your final score in this one as Lee goes on to win by a final score of 28-14. Next week, Lee will take on Hazel Green while Mae Jemison will play host to Fort Payne.
And let's take a look at St. John Paul and Priceville. Their score, well, we're going to go right into Westminster versus Colbert Heights. The Tigers busted through the banner, and that was a sign of things to come. Westminster was unstoppable tonight because of this guy. Senior quarterback Ian Theus, he finds an open Jackson Billings. Billings goes long to make it close to the red zone. Didn't quite make it in the end zone, but he's there. Theus, again this time, he saves a really high snap, calls his own number, looks around. He comes right into your living room and down on the 5. Next play, Guess who?
I think
Look at that.
Mr. Theus.
You know it. That's right. The star of the show tonight. He keeps the ball, and he just, look at him.
Make it look
High stepping it in. You know, high stepping it into the end zone. Where the conversation is Jackson Dillon again. This time, he tosses it off to John Hayes, who finds the outside to put the Tigers up 8-zip.
That's on the
with
2-point
9 minutes left
conversion.
in the first quarter. Band is just as pumped as them for Colbert Heights. It wasn't their night, but this play sort of summing up the first half of offense. Ball goes high, a little Keystone Cops, and even the mascot. Watch this, he's not even going to be impressed. And let's go ahead and take a look at that final score. Colbert Heights versus Wildcats will go on to win 50-20. Colbert Heights versus Lauderdale County. Next, Westminster will travel to Lexington.
All right, everyone, now it's time to tell you about our First Down Friday Night MVP of the week.
Each week we'll highlight one of the best performances from a Tennessee Valley High School player. Yeah, this week it goes out to Bob Jones quarterback Caden Rose. The junior led his team to a victory last week against Mainland of Florida in the Freedom Bowl. Patriots were down 36-32. Rose drove the Patriots 82 yards in less than a minute to be capped off by a 2-yard quarterback keeper with just 39 seconds left in the game, giving them the 39-32 victory. Rose finished the game with a total of 396 passing yards and 5 total touchdowns.
Got to have a guy that the kids believe in him. And I think our football players know that when he runs out there, you know, for the last possession, you know, that he's going to give us a chance to win.
Last year we started off the season 0-2, so to bounce back this year and know that our team has the ability to win those close games in tight situations, you know, it obviously makes you feel better about what's going to come in the future. So it's 2 great wins for this program.
Congrats to Caden, our first down Friday night MVP this year. He actually wasn't able to pull out the win today against James Clemens.
Was not.
Close game, though. Yeah.
Absolutely. It'll be one of these games that he'll look back and be like, hey, we're going to motivate it for the rest of the year. Now, if you think that you know of another deserving First Down Friday Night MVP nominee, just shoot us an email, firstdownmvp@rocketcitynow.com or news@rocketcitynow.com. We need the player's name, we need the player's school, and most importantly, Charity, we need the players.
Yes, the stats. We have to have that.
Absolutely, and of course, we will announce it every Wednesday night on WZDX. There's more WZDX First Down Friday Night coming your way. We've got a few more games, including a game out in Woodville, which was actually really interesting. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back to First Down Friday Night. If you're hungry, still need something to eat, head over to our friends over at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, Matt Kritzer and his crew are staying open very late to fill your sub needs.
All right, let's fulfill your needs with a few more highlights.
Yeah,
exactly. We got a big one out there in Woodville. The Panthers taking on Falkville tonight. Good defense in this one early on. Woodville with the ball now. Devon Johnson, he will take the handoff here, and guess what? No, something good coming up. He is rocked right there by Luke Fitzgerald for a loss. Now later on, the Blue Devils with the ball, but not for long. Fred Walls, he will take the handoff right here, but guess what? He's sick too because he coughs up the football, and it's a fumble. Woodville's Juan Torres comes up with the recovery. All right, now later on, it's Ronald Lance. Hauls it out over to Johnson in the flats, and Johnson wants to find the end zone, and guess what? He does on this one, Charity, or so we think. Guess what's coming up next?
No, is it holding?
Yes, we got a
flag, come on.
Flag, and it was holding. Right, so Lance won't be outdone, though. Eventually he leads the team back down the field and runs over a man before he gets to the end zone for a score. 6-0 at that point. Woodville was up, but Falkville has come back, and this one looks like they'll go ahead and take down the Panthers in a big Friday night game of Week 2. All right, let's take a look at some of these other scores from around the way. Fort Payne knocks off Albertville 42-21. We'll see the Wildcats next week when they take on Mae Jemison.
Yeah, Colbert County in the second, 28 over Tanner 7. I believe, were they in a lightning delay? They
were in a lightning delay as well. It seems like everybody out there in Morgan County and Limestone County were in lightning delays. All right, let's take a look at some other scores from around the way. Hartselle and Athens, they are late in the fourth quarter, and so are Randolph and West Morgan. Other games that were affected by weather delays tonight.
Scottmore beat Ardmore 35-7. Columbia lost to Muscle Shoals. Muscle Shoals really put a whooping on them, 52-6.
Exactly. Trojan power out there in the Shoals area. Fife, a big winner over Section 56-0. And Sparkman goes up to Gadsden City and wins 21-9. That'll do it for another episode of First Down Friday Night. For the entire WZDX Sports crew, we will see you guys next week. Have a fun weekend.
You've been watching First Down Friday Night, sponsored by Steak and Shake and Kennedy & Sons Structural Solutions.